Yeah, a significant amount of this information definitely taken from you, right? And then you had people that we have up on this wall, and people who don't have that were there. You know, like again, we always got to bring up my man Noble Ali,
Right.
you know, then Marcus Garvey, you know, and you have minor and major. I say minor not to trivialize, not trivialize, to make insignificant the point, because you have people that wrote books and had other contributions to the awakening of black people.
Sure.
You know what I mean? However, mhm. Peace, yeah. So because of this very same science, because the continuation of keeping you dark,
Right.
right, keeping you unaware of this knowledge and wisdom. Then, you know, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, then, Allah, who, you know, starts and is the leader of the Allah 5%, you know, nation guards and earth. And our whole purpose is education. You know, one though that will enable you to be self-sufficient. That's very important. And by self-sufficient, we mean how you're able to do for self. You know, because it's not enough just to go to school. That's good. Yeah. It's not enough that, you know, that we go to school, but you, because you have people that book learn. I mean, not book learn, but you have people that have this knowledge that know how to grow. I never went to school. In fact, a good case in point was Malcolm. He had an 8th grade education. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad had only a 4th grade education, right? A lot of great men, surprisingly, and women, right? I mean, I had formal education. Me having formal doesn't mean, formal education only means you're marketable, because you need to be that.
Right.
Right. But I know a whole lot of dumb individuals with a master's degree and a bachelor's. Right. But you got some brothers come straight, like my younger brothers say, down out the mud, I mean, from the basic, from the root. Right. Coming straight from there that started businesses and roads, and you were baffled at their feat of growth. That actually came from their willingness to want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't want to stay stuck, and I just took it and I went and did what I needed to do. But that comes from education, and that's a good point though, because it shows one to be self-sufficient. Lastly, Allah said during the 60s, during the time, you know what I mean, when we wasn't living like, you know, see Harlem now. Harlem, and not just Harlem, but the 5 boroughs. And that's the world over too. We lived, and I keep going there, man, in abject poverty almost. Like these schools were eyesores.
That's right.
Yeah, there was no, you had to, like, but the difference being, there was a sense of community. Yeah, people loved one another.
Exactly what.
Yeah, I keep going. I got it historically. We can give this book for him. Let me get right back to you. Because during the time when he did this, as you read in some of their histories, right? You know, they talk about certain stores like chock full of nuts and, you know, Woolworths and, you know, all those stores that we might be familiar with. You know what I mean? Back then, you know, but and then whites were in there too. They own these stores and these buildings, but there were a lot of mom and pop stores.
Mm-hmm.
See, we had our own also in there, right? In fact, Harlem, yeah, where'd that name come from? You know?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, it came from the Dutch, right? You know what I mean? But you know, of course, again, black people. Let me say something, man. What make us so beautiful and great, man, because everything we do, we have a swag to it. Your name, everything. Even, don't disrespect, I'm not trying to give big up, even how we fashionably made the word nigga sound different. Oh, look, how you gonna say, well, I mean, again, I'm looking at things objectively. But Harlem, that was a Dutch name. In fact, New York was called New Amsterdam, right? The whole New York. And Harlem was this village. You know what I mean? You know, and it wasn't until later on a large influx of blacks started coming in here and moving these whites out, because we was coming in here, over here. You know, we settled here. Simultaneously, during this period, we were living in places like Central Park, which was called Seneca Village. Yeah, right. And this is what I'm saying about us, man. And we coming from the bootstraps of like lack of knowledge, and we creating stores and businesses, huh? Here and abroad. Yeah.
Seneca, that sound like Indian.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah. Well, that too, because they live. Yeah, that yes. You know, Seneca Village. Yeah. Seneca, something like that. There. Yeah. You know. But that was a whole black. And what happened was the real estate developers wanted the land. Right. You know. But see, here go my thing. Once again, I'm not even mad at you wanting the land, and I'm not mad at black people have to move. Here go my point. But you crushed the history. You crushed what we did. Oh, you know black people live here? No, they didn't. Give me, somebody got a pen? No, I got it. There you go. There you go. Yeah. It's a pen. I keep saying it. Every class, baby. Talking about a 9mm. I got a pen. The only reason why you holding the gun, stupid, is because I wrote that into history. How about that one? You ain't did it because you was tough. You did it because I wrote that into history. I wrote, I mean, they wrote. Nice pen too, bro. Let me say, no. You know I'm playing. No. I'm a pen person. That's why I said that. Yeah, but no. But yet the pen is an old saying. The pen is mightier than the sword. You know what I mean? No question. Gun is dangerous, absolutely. But I wrote a whole history, and you walk right into it. Right. How did I do that? Okay, bet. The same sense of community that we had, I made sure that I had things interrupt that. And when I interrupt the sense of community, then I have you again divide and conquer. Right? You back then there was no, I mean there was East Harlem with El Barrio, yeah, no question, it still is. But there was no, you know, okay, like West Side Story, you over there, okay, those are my peoples too. Right. Like the guy was saying, man, he was part of that team of people with Felipe Luciano and the Young Lords. They was fighting for sanitation. Because there was no sanitation trucks and infrastructures. Fuck you, nigga. We'll pick the garbage up when we want to. You a poor black and Puerto Rican, what? What you gonna do? We can overcome. To them young dudes later. No disrespect. I don't want to slight my people who fought and protested. But the youth again, going back to my point, they were like, yo, man, I hear you, man. You know what? We ain't doing that one. You know, we ain't gonna do that. Slap me in the face. I'm slapping you and him in the face. Right. Yes, sir.
And on top of that, they took over the church because in Harlem, because they seen that it was like 6 days out of the week. In a documentary that I saw, one of the young lords saying, this church is not being used for anything, so they went in there and started utilizing the church for the community.
Oh, they, being the young ones took over the church. Okay, for their platform.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, got you. Yeah, okay, right.
Over that, and then they put the garbage all out in the middle of the street, and they burnt it.
Yeah, okay.
You know, because the city wasn't doing nothing. They, you know, they say, they ghetto people, they, you know, they live in filth or whatever, and they didn't want to do nothing. They wasn't collecting the garbage and nothing like that.
Okay.
So they decided, you know, just take matters on their own.
Yeah, thank you for that. Okay, that's right. That's right. Simultaneously, while the Panthers here in the board were fighting, you had to fight so many fronts to elevate the standards of our condition, right? And again, what's the point? What's the point of me running my mouth about this? Because again, Marcus Garvey said, history is important to people like roots are to a tree, right? When you know your history, you know things around you, the knowledge of self. When you know who you are, then you know about everything around you. Now, I'm repetitive with that. I'm constantly going to say that. Because when you lack knowledge, you nonchalant. I didn't care neither until I got the knowledge. I was just whatever you told me. Okay, George, Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. Okay, George Washington cut down the cherry tree. He did. Benjamin Franklin did the so and so. And I'm just running around. Christopher Columbus discovered America, and I'm running with this. And actually arguing with some of my youthful contemporaries, peers, who got the knowledge. Yeah, I'm the God. This dude crazy. I was saying, he said, what you said? He said me and Jeff grew up together. I'm calling him Jeff. Yo, Jeff, what's good, man? What's happening? Yeah, that's not my name. My name is Justice. What? Come on, man. What's your mom? Yeah, your mom named you Jeff, man. Stop playing, man.
Right,
God will strike you dead. I mean, I'm just running around and, I had no, I'm just running with this. But then, a person with knowledge, or a person who's knowledgeable, not to be a 5%, but a person who's knowledgeable, okay, what God are you referring to? Don't get offended by my question. Since you went there, since I'm not the person whom, then what are you referring to? Oh, I don't know. I'm just popularizing what I heard. I don't really know. You know what I mean? So then later on, I eventually get the knowledge, and then I get to understanding. Day mathematics. And I see it. Then when they're in the parks teaching, right? Divine Prince and all these other brothers, I'm hearing it. The very same thing I'm talking about. I say, what?
You must do your own research, as I did.
If Mecca did this.